Hi everyone, it's Trishna. So I remember early on in my law of attraction journey, when I was first setting my intentions, when I was first doing my law of attraction practices, when I would be really focused on raising my vibration and doing all the right things, visualizing to draw in my desire. I remember that phase, and I remember how I would do all this energy work, and I'd be feeling really positive. And I had this mentality that everything was going to unfold in this perfect linear step. But a lot of times, what would happen is I would do all of this energy work, and then all of a sudden, whatever area of my life that I was working on would explode. If I was in a particular relationship, there would be a big fight. If I was working on my career, something would happen in that realm. And I would suddenly get caught up in this, oh no, what did I do wrong? Or, oh no, this doesn't work. And sometimes I would even give up on the law of attraction for that moment, or I would give up on ever being able to have my desire. And I would just get caught up in these circles of what did I do wrong? What was my block? What should I have done instead? How do I make this better? How do I make this different? How do I do this the right way? And I would jump from process to process to process. I focused on trying to find my blocks. I would just get my wheels all spun up and my mind all spun up, trying to figure out how I had made a mistake. And it took me a long time, but I am now a master of this, and I now really understand how this whole energy process works. But it took me a while in the beginning to understand that when things explode in your face, after you have done the intention work, after you've done your law of attraction practices, after you've visualized or whatever your particular process is, whenever things explode, it doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that the law of attraction doesn't work. It doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It doesn't mean that you didn't do it right. If anything, it actually means that you did things really well. It actually is a sign of success. And so in this video, I want to talk about how important it is to ride the wave of the energy, and how important it is to understand that how things look on the physical realm is not actually a reflection of what is to come. It's not actually a reflection of your intention efforting. It's not a reflection of whether you did something wrong or right. You see, when things explode in your face after you've done all of the energy work, that is a sign that the universe is responding to you. The universe is saying, hey, I heard you. And the reason why it all explodes is because you are purging all of the old beliefs that no longer serve you, and they're kind of just coming out to the surface. And if you can understand that this is actually a symbol and a sign of success, and if you can ride that wave for just a little bit instead of getting stuck in that wave and holding on to it and creating more of that wave in your life, if you can just ride it and go with it, you will find your desire right at the end of that wave, and it will be very quick. If you ride the wave will be short. If you get stuck in the wave, it will be very long. So let me give you an example of this. So a week or maybe 2 weeks ago, I posted a video around about the hustle and how that's really not the right way to achieve success in your life. If you haven't already seen that video, I highly recommend that you watch it. In that video, I talked about how even myself was getting stuck recently in this mentality, this belief system, that being busy means that I'm important. And because I wanted to feel important, I wanted to be busy. And because I wanted to be busy, I started attracting busyness into my life. And I did achieve that important status, but I also became very busy and was achieving abundance, but with a lot more effort now than I was before, where I was putting a lot less effort for the same amount of abundance. So I worked on that mentality late last week. And whereas before I worked on it, for the past 3 or so weeks, I had 7 meetings a day. And on top of that, I had to do my own work. And on top of that, I had to do the work of others because nobody was really stepping up. Nobody was really taking charge. Nobody was actually doing their role. And on top of that, customers were feeling very stressed about their deadlines and kind of imposing some unrealistic deadlines on us. So that was my reality for like 3 weeks because I had attracted that into my life. And when I worked on the energy, the next day, what happened? I didn't have 7 meetings that day. I had 12. And I actually had some meetings that were on top of other meetings. So I was going to one meeting and then having to drop and go to another meeting because I was kind of double booked because my schedule was so full. Nobody was really doing the work that they were supposed to do, like to the max. Customers were posing even stricter deadlines that day, and I was kind of getting a little bit yelled at by different people. So that day, the day after I did the energy work, exploded. But I know this is how it works. I know to just ride the energy. I've been doing this for so long that I know how to handle that. And so what did I do? I did the best that I could. Before I looked at my to-do list, I aligned my energy. I meditated in the little blocks of time that I could. And I just went with it. I just rolled with it. I just did my best. And you know what happened the day after that? I was supposed to have several meetings that day. And in the end, I had 0 meetings scheduled. And then I ended up scheduling 1 meeting, but it was for myself. It was something where I wanted to learn. So it was like really 0 meetings, but you could say that I had 1. And what happened this week, which is the week after? 3 meetings a day. That's it. I went from 7 meetings a day for weeks on end to 3 meetings a day. And they actually were pretty easy to go with. And my customers, those super intense deadlines that they had, all of a sudden they got a little bit more relaxed about the timeline to where it is more realistic now. And all of a sudden, this is like the most impressive one, is all of a sudden, everybody who wasn't doing their job before was suddenly being proactive, was suddenly taking charge, was suddenly actually doing their portion. You know, the weeks before, I was calling the people that they were supposed to call because I knew they weren't going to call them. I was emailing the people that they were supposed to email because I knew they weren't going to email them. And whatever area of their job that I could do myself, I just did because I knew they weren't going to do it. So all of a sudden, people are stepping up, people are taking charge, people are being proactive. And I was able to significantly reduce my work hours to where I was maybe only working like 20 hours last week or this past week. So this energy work stuff really, really works. But you have to know that when there is an explosion, which a lot of times there is, it's not a sign that you did something wrong. It's not a sign that you failed. It's not a sign that it's not working, and you don't need to get caught up trying to figure out, how do I do this better? It's really, really important that you understand to ride the wave, and also that you understand that the universe really already knows what you want. It already knows your desires. All you have to do is try to keep your energy positive, try to go with the flow and ride the waves as best as you can. That's all that you have to do. And the universe will deliver everything that you want. The intention setting is important because it allows you to clearly put out your intention, but at the end of the day, the universe really does know what you want. So just do the energy work that feels good, that feels right, and ride the wave. That's all that you have to do. And I guess the other thing that I really want to emphasize is stop putting so much weight on physical reality. And I've given this example before, but I'll give it again. So when we were little, we may have had our parents plan a surprise birthday for us. And so when they did that, they acted like they forgot our birthday, and they had everybody pretend like they forgot that it was our birthday that day. And if we had just judged that and just looked at the physical reality as it was, where nobody loves me, nobody remembered it was my birthday, we're not going to celebrate it, I'm unimportant, that wouldn't have been a very accurate assessment of our reality. And we later find out when we get the surprise party that, oh my gosh, like actually everybody really loves me, and they put all this planning into place, and they went behind the scenes trying to make all of this happen with so much care to make sure that I would be so surprised and so pleased at the end of it, that they really, really do love me, they really, really do care about me. And what I thought was reality based off of what I saw in the physical world wasn't really true. What was going on in the background is what actually mattered and was what actually manifested. So we have to think about the world in the same way as well. We have to think about our reality as a whole in the same way as well. And when things are kind of exploding in our face, when we feel like we are not being shown the love or the appreciation that we should be shown, know that that's just the physical version. There's a lot going on behind the scenes where all of that is getting taken care of. And what we see in the physical realm is just not accurate. And it's important to ride that wave again and to understand that we are loved and that nothing is really going wrong, that we did everything right, and that we will see the results if we can just accept that and ride the wave. So I'll give you another example of something that I've been working on recently. So last week I started working on my abundance. I've been receiving a lot of abundance, but I was like, maybe let's see if we can up this up a little bit. So I was working on my abundance. The next day I received my commission report of what I should be getting based off of what I have recently sold. And I expected it to be pretty good, because I've been closing a lot of deals and I've been working really hard and putting in all those hours, right, with all of the busyness. And so I really thought that I was going to be receiving commission in the next month. And when I received my commission report, I saw that yes, I had received commission, but no, I would not be seeing $1 of it. And that has to do with some formula that the company has. And that was obviously very disappointing, but I was like, okay, well, based off this formula, I may be able to hit it in the next few months. So I kind of rode that wave for a little bit. Then I found out that no, actually, there's some company adjustments that they should be making that they decided not to make, and so I will not be seeing commission for the rest of the year. So all of that hard work that I've been putting in, all of those closed deals that I've been putting in, all of this business that I've been opening up for our company was going to amount to me essentially not getting anything for that effort. And that was very, very deflating, very, very discouraging, because it's like, wait a minute, I've done all the right things. I'm closing the deals, but you're not going to let me reap the rewards for that. You are like, I'm doing everything within my realm of control, and you're essentially telling me that my commission is out of my control. So that was very, very discouraging, but I know to ride the wave. I know to just go with it. And because I did that, because I rode the wave, because I went with it, because I didn't just judge physical reality, just because a company decides they have XYZ rules doesn't mean those rules can't change. Even if they've had it for forever, it does not mean that it can't change. That is just a physical thing that I know that I cannot put weight on. Because I did that, this Friday, so a week later, I basically received an email from an accountant who had seen what was going on and felt like what was going on was really unfair, and had noticed that I was supposed to be given a bonus that I was never given. And so now they got approval for me in the background, like that surprise birthday party. They got approval for me in the background. They went up to management, and I will now be getting the bonus. And that is actually over double what I would have gotten in my commission. So again, even though the rules of the game are there, they do not affect my ability to draw in my abundance. They do not affect my ability to bring into my life what I want to bring in. And so I am still receiving abundance despite their rules. And I can already see that the rules are going to be changing. And I already see people making moves for that. So I'm just riding that wave and understanding that it doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't matter how things appear. I will be getting the abundance that I am expecting to get. So again, the 3 things that I really hope that you take away from this video is that 1, it's really important that you ride the wave. 2, it's really important that you understand that even if things seem to blow up in your face, it does not mean that you did something wrong. It actually is a sign of success. It actually means that the law of attraction is working and that the universe is responding, and it's simply letting out that final purge before all the good things start sweeping in. And the final one is, do not put so much weight in physical reality. Again, ride the wave. Physical reality is just not accurate. It really isn't. There's so much more going behind this scene. And this all boils down to do your energy work. Work on your vibration. Raise your frequency. Feel as good about yourself and about your situations and about things in general as you possibly can. And emphasize the energy work. That should always come first, because that is the only thing that dictates your reality. Everything in the physical realm, the rules that are put out there, do not dictate what you can actually receive. It doesn't matter that my company had all these rules in place. I'm still going to be receiving the abundance that I am drawing in. In fact, I'm going to be receiving double what I thought I was going to be receiving. So do the energy alignment and vibration work. That means that when you're super busy and you feel really stressed, that you feel better about that stress, that you release a little bit of that stress before you take action. That means that if you have some free time and you feel like, oh my gosh, I should be using this, I should be working harder, that you relax in that, and that you understand that it is okay to relax and have a moment to yourself, and that you heal around that and release your stress around feeling like you always need to be doing. Whatever is stressing you out, it just basically means that you release a little bit of stress around that topic, and you keep doing that over and over and over again. And as you do that, you will relax overall, and you will open up your ability to attract into your life everything that you want. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a like and a subscribe. If you have anything you want to share, feel free to drop it in the comments below. And I will see you in my next